In this course, I'm going to do a lot of hands-on and I'll be giving you exercises also. Now, the hands-on and the exercises are different than the projects. At the end of the course, or maybe in between, you'll be having projects also. But during the course, I'll be showing you multiple labs or multiple demos using hands-on. So we'll have to talk about the hands-on dataset also. And I'm going to use a finance dataset for all the hands-on that I'm going to do in this course. So this is the schema of the finance dataset. These are the 5 tables. We have account table, ledger, transaction, customer, and loan tables. So these are the different tables and their corresponding columns. Now all these tables are related to each other. For example, customer and account are related to each other like this. Customer and account has one-to-many relationship, meaning that a single customer can have multiple accounts, but one account would always be associated with one customer. A single account cannot be associated with multiple customers, at least for the dataset that I'm going to use. So this is what it says. From customer to account, it is one-to-many. For each customer, there would be multiple accounts, but for each account, there would be only one customer. So this is the relationship between the customer table or the customer dataset and the account dataset. Eventually, it will be turned into tables when you use Databricks or for that matter, any data platform. Then the customer and loan table. So these are also related using one-to-many relationship between customer and loan. So each customer can have multiple loan accounts, but each loan account will only have one customer associated with it. There cannot be a single loan account which will have multiple customers. So each loan will have only one customer, but a single customer can have multiple loans. Of course, this is only natural because let's say I want to buy a house and I want to buy a car. So I can have a housing loan and a car loan. I'm a single customer, but I can have multiple loan accounts. Then the relationship between account and transaction table is also one-to-many. A single account will have many transactions, which is only natural. But a single transaction will have only one account ID as the source. Now, the relationship between account and transaction table is using the account ID key of the account table and source account ID of the transaction table. Finally, we have the ledger table, which is related to account table using many to one, or the relationship between account and ledger table is one to many. Each account would be having multiple ledger entries, but a single ledger entry will have only one account associated with it. Now, seeing this schema, you'll be able to make out what would be the primary key and the foreign key. For example, the customer table will have customer ID as the primary key. For account table, account ID would be the primary key and customer ID would be the foreign key. So using customer ID, we are relating the account table and the customer table. Similarly, the customer table and loan table would be linked using the customer ID. So the loan table has loan ID as the primary key and customer ID as the foreign key. And the relationship between customer and loan would be using the customer ID. For transaction table and account table, the foreign key of transaction table is source account ID and the primary key is transaction ID. So using the source account ID of transaction table and using the account ID of the account table, these two tables would be related. For ledger table also, ledger ID would be the primary key and account ID and transaction ID would be the foreign keys. Now the ledger table would be related to the account table using the account ID and ledger table would also be related to the transaction table using transaction ID. I have not shown the relationship between the ledger table and the transaction table, but there would be a relationship between the ledger and the transaction tables using the transaction ID. So this is going to be the data set for all the hands-on. By hands-on, I mean the demo and the labs that I'm going to do would be using these datasets. So there would be 5 datasets. The size of these datasets are pretty big. Now, while doing hands-on, I'll not be using all the datasets or all the files of these datasets. I'll be using maybe 1 or 2 files. But these are the datasets that I'm going to use in the hands-on lab. Now, after hands-on lab is done, there would be exercises also. So the exercise dataset would be using customer 360 dataset. And these are the tables. There are 6 tables: customer, orders, order items, products, inventory, shipping. And these are the relationship between the tables. Between customer and orders, there is one-to-many relationship using the customer ID. A single customer can have multiple orders, and a single order can have multiple order items. So that's why the orders and order items will have one-to-many relationship using the order ID. A single product can be there in multiple order items. That's why the relationship between product and order items would be one-to-many, and the key would be product ID. For inventory, we need to have inventory of the products. So that's why each product will have its corresponding inventory, and the relationship will be using the product ID key or the product ID column. For inventory, the inventory ID column would be the primary key and product ID would be the foreign key. There would be relationship between orders and shipping also, because once an order is placed, we need to find out the status of the shipping. So that's why there would be a shipping table, and the primary key of the shipping table would be shipment ID, and the foreign key would be order ID. So the shipping and the orders tables would be related using the order ID column. And the relationship is one to one, because a single order will have only one shipping, at least for this dataset. And using this dataset, we are going to create a customer 360 application. And the exercises that I'm going to give, or the questions of the exercises that I'm going to give, would be based on customer 360 application. I'll not be doing the exercises. This would be only for you. You'll have to practice the exercises. And after each topic, after a logical conclusion, I'll be providing the exercises so that you can do the hands-on, or you can practice the concept that I'm going to talk about. Now, one very important call out is the browser. There are multiple browsers available. You might be using a Mac operating system, or maybe a Ubuntu operating system, or Windows operating system, but the browser has to be Microsoft Edge. Databricks will work best in Microsoft Edge, but if you want, you can try other browsers also. This is the recommendation. This is not an enforcement. If you want, you can use other browsers also. But what I have seen is that if you create Azure Databricks, then Edge provides better experience than all the other browsers.